What up, y'all? I'm back. It's been a minute. Got a banger for you guys on this. We're just gonna go over the advanced guide on how to do product research. A lot of you guys are just going on Kalo and ripping products and, hoping you're gonna find a winner. That does work, but it's getting very saturated at the moment. So, if you really want to use your skills to benefit your hit rate on, finding winning products, then definitely watch this video. Let's not rely on luck. Let's rely on the skills that we acquire, and let's use these skills to our advantage to find products that are being scaled up right now currently, that don't really have too much demand, that are fairly new to the market, don't really have too many competition, all that sort of stuff. So today, just gonna be a simple video. As you can see here, though, by the dashboard, as you can see, my results are legit. You see everything here. Do a little refresh on that for you guys. Today's not going too well, unfortunately, but last 7 days, we did around 75,000 in sales. Nothing crazy. Honestly, just trying to shoot for like 20, 30K days next. And then, yeah, just been very steady around here, and that's really it, honestly. Nothing special, but there's my results, so you guys can see for yourself that the stuff I'm going to teach you and show you guys today is valid. All right, here we are at the PDF. There's 13 steps we're going to go through on product research, and, this is the advanced guide on how to do that. Number one, we got mindset. Stop hunting for products or hunting for problems, right? We don't want to look for the quote unquote next winning product. That's a false belief, and that's not reality, right? Like, we're not looking to scale something up and let it die out within 2 months, because to me, that's called a failing business, right? Yeah, you might make, $50 to $100,000 in profit, but when things go up and they go down instantly, to me, that's not a business. That's a failing business, right? And you shouldn't be proud of that. We want consistent cash flow, and, doing this research method on product research is exactly what's going to get us consistency, right? There's so much more that goes into it rather than just, this product research itself. There's obviously a bunch of stuff that has to go into it afterwards, but this is just the first piece of the puzzle, right? We're not looking for a cool gadget. You're looking for a pain point that's unsolved in a scalable way, right? So, there's so many pain points out there for your prospects, and if somebody's not marketing to that specific avatar with the right pain point based off your research you did, then there's another way you can tap in and scale that audience up with that pain point, right? Ask yourself, what desire or frustration is being neglected right now? Pretty much based off your research, you can see, okay, like, most people are going after people that have wrinkles, but you notice off your Amazon and Reddit reviews, you can see, okay, a lot of people are talking about anti-aging, youthful glow. So there's a way where you can tap into different mass desires and sell to them. If everyone's going after one, then there's an opening for another, right? So keep your mind open with that. Products don't win, mechanisms do. Mechanisms we'll get into shortly. Mechanisms is one of the most important pieces to having a successful product. Your mechanism needs to be better than your competition if you want to win and outscale your competition. New angle, a new delivery method, or a new emotional hook can make an old product feel brand new. So essentially, you can like revive old products, as long as you can sell to a new angle, or there's a new way to sell that product of its mechanism to the same, avatar. Big thing, I don't know, there's a lot of people that have heard this, that haven't. Remember, DTC, the market sophistication levels determines your strategy. So based off your research, you're going to figure out where your market is at currently, right? So there's 5 stages. There's stage 1 all the way through stage 5. Number 1 is pretty much like very rare you're ever going to find anything in stage 1 or stage 2. But if you do find a product, like a brand new product that nobody has ever seen, that's stage 1, right? And most of the time it could sell very well. Like back when it was 2016, 2017 and, fidget spinners came out, that's like a stage 1, market sophistication and everything. It just sold, right? Nobody's ever saw anything like that before and they just went crazy online. So that's like a stage 1. Stage 2 is, competitors exist. So you want to pretty much exaggerate the claim. So if it's like, remove wrinkles. You could do like remove or erase wrinkles in, 14 days, right? So you're just exaggerating the claim of, your solution. Most of the time, most products are in the stage 3 to a 4. This is pretty much market is saturated, focus on unique mechanisms and emotional identity. So that's like calling out emotional patterns that your prospect is having. And unique mechanisms is obviously introducing your unique mechanism to your product within the hook at the beginning, right? So you're really calling out you're calling out why this product is going to be unique to their solution, right? Like, oh, what's so special about this compared to the other, 500 brands that are selling the same type of solution, right? You got to stand out. And over here we got define the core desire before you even open Facebook ad library. Write out the emotional desire your audience has, right? So if it's I want smoother skin, go deeper desire to look as young as I feel inside. I want to lose weight. The deeper desire to lose weight is to feel confident again when I look in the mirror. And then you can even go further than that, to feel confident again when I look in the mirror, so then my husband can give me full attention when I speak to him. I don't know, something like that. But, the more deeper you go, the more you're going to really connect with people, like your customers, one-on-one, right? Great products attach themselves to a mass desire, something timeless, not trendy. Step 2, I'm sure all you guys know about this, but go to Facebook ad library. This is where your research begins, and this is where you got to start, typing in keywords to really find what you want to test, right? So, you can do wrinkles, pain relief, clean skin, holiday gift, Q4, cozy. Preferably, if you're looking to start like a brand for longevity, then focus on, a big pain point, insecurity in something, or like a supplement or something like that. But if you're looking to, really scale something up fast for Q4, then definitely maximize and build your cash flow for this Q4 and, sell something that has a gift related aspect to it, right? Anything that you can gift to someone, because you have to look at it, the gifting aspect. Everyone, there's these desires, mass desires of people, and the whole entire world eventually is, within a few weeks, they're all going to be looking for gifting, right? So it's in their subconscious that like, I need to get a gift for someone. So if you start throwing that solution to 99% of people, then obviously you're going to have really high hit rates. But obviously when things go up, things go down. So you can't run that gifting angle all year round. You could do it probably until the couple weeks before Christmas, and then you can't really sell these ads and products a week before Christmas because they won't even get it in time. But if you really want to make a bag and make a lot of money, then focus on gifting items for this Q4, and then obviously you can branch out into building a brand for longevity's sake. It doesn't matter how you filter, you can do whatever. I usually just do the US Facebook active ads, and you want to see stuff within the last 2 weeks. You want to look for DTC style creatives, real faces, real hands, natural lighting. You want to find good ads, right? Good ads that have clean captions. You can tell someone behind the ad has somewhat of experience and they're not just like ripping Kalo ads because they probably have no idea what they're doing and they're just testing products for the fun of it. So look for, brands on Facebook ad library that are actually putting work into custom creatives, because most of the time if they're doing custom creatives, and either one, they're scaling, or two, they're testing that product because they found some sort of realization that like maybe it's scaling for somebody else, so now they're trying it, right? They're just a little bit more advanced than most of the other e-com people, to be honest. They're not just ripping ads the whole time and hoping for luck, so keep that in mind as well. Validate competitors. Once you find promising ads, check to see if they're using the same ad multiple times. If they are, then that ad is probably scaling for them. Do they have comments, likes, or shares on their ads? Engagement. If they have engagement, then they're scaling and they're profitable most likely, and it's doing well. So one thing I would do is like, okay, keep that in mind. Let's say you want to test that product out, and you can look at, their top ad. Yeah, so some tools I like to use for this. This is AdSpy. AdSpy is one of my favorite tools to pretty much see what like is working best for like brands and stuff on Facebook ad library. They usually have to be doing some sort of scale for them to pop up on AdSpy because it is an older platform. But I am going to show you how you can access AdSpy. Alright, so here we got Ecom Tools, the best platform ever if you're in e-commerce. If you don't have it, then you're definitely sleeping. You got everything you need: VO3, Kalo, GetHooked, ChatGPT, AdSpy, Claude. It's unlimited, right? Like, you can never run out. It's literally the best tools out there. It's been my favorite, and it's literally $30 a month. If you were gonna get this, if you're gonna get all these tools, you'd be spending like $3,000 a month. So it's a no-brainer to obviously add this, and you save so much money and it just makes your life 10 times easier, right? So over here, this is AdSpy. This is the tool we want to use. So if you go over here, it might take a little bit to load because it is an older platform. So I'll be back when this is finished loading. Alright, so it is all done loading. We're here. So essentially what you want to do is let's say you found a company or a brand on Facebook ad library, and they had like 75 to 100 active ads. They've been active for a month or two. They're pumping out ads every other day, every day. They're probably scaling, right? So here you go. You go over here, and let's just say, for example, I'm gonna search up Grunz, right? It's a big supplement company right now, but this is essentially what you would do. You would go here, you go to add to filters, right? And let's look for Grunz, right? So right here. Now, what we're gonna do is we're going to click this button. Okay. Oh, no, never mind. We're going to hit that. Now it's going to search by only Grunz only, right? And this is honestly the sauce, right? If you want to find any brand's top spending creatives, shout out to Evolve and Spencer. He actually posted this on Twitter, but you go by shares, and usually from my previous experience and from what other people have said, I don't know why I didn't think of this, but you could filter by shares, and usually shares are your top spending ads, right? So you could just copy it and go into Canva, even make it static, similar to like how they did it, right? Because it's a proven concept. So yeah, no, it's pretty cool. You can honestly look at any brand's top ads that are doing well for them without guessing, right? Like you have the data right there in front of you. You don't have to guess. And I know people would be like, "Oh, the longest one in your ad account is your top spender." Probably no, it's not. Like it could have been at one point, but not anymore. Like that's not always the case, right? So if you filter by shares, you can see here this has like what 10,000 likes, 870 shares. This is crushing it for this company, and they're using static ads, which is crazy. So yeah, that's the sauce there on AdSpy. I definitely recommend it. Over here we got red flags, zero engagement, only one creative, or unclear of offers. So we want to stay away from stuff like that. Green lights, same product equals multiple creatives equals scaling ad spend, hot market. So keep all that in mind. Step 4, validate sourcing and margin. Check with agent to confirm pricing. Is it cheap? Does it have high perceived value? So to a customer's eye, if you could source it for $8, if you were going to make the brand and make the product page, are you able to put the value of this product at like 40, 50, $60? And if that's the case, then you have high perceived value. Can you run a value stacked offer or better than competition, right? So look at your competitor's offer and, try to make a better offer than them. Can you run a value stacked offer? So can you include a bunch of free gifts, right? So you want to make sure your margin and your sourcing is very cheap. So then you can add in these cheap free gifts just to value stack it. Can you market at a minimum of 4x, right? Super important. We want margin, especially if you want to scale to like 30, 40, 50K days, and you want to make sure you have good margins. Check Google Trends. Just type in Google Trends, search up like, the product itself, or some other pain points regarding the product, or like how it fixes your solution, or whatever it is. It could be ingredients. Let's say for a supplement, look it up. If it's in an uptrend and it's going upwards, then it's in demand, and definitely a good time to sell the product, right? We don't want to sell stuff when the thing's going down. Pretty simple. Then you can also look on Amazon and look for products that sell the same problem and sell to the same audience. Are these products doing well? Are they selling on Amazon, right? And do they have good ratings, right? We don't want to sell something that's like getting 2 ratings on Amazon across multiple different lines of products, right? And clearly it's just not, it's something that you want to stay away from. Make sure there's video or UGC potential. Definitely want to have some good content. So most of you guys out there aren't really, starting with a bunch of content. You kind of want to save your money. So, we don't want to go out of our way to drop money on content if we aren't seeing any results right away. We got ecom tools, right? So, UGC and content is a little bit of a different story now because you have access to these unlimited AI programs that you could literally make hooks off of for every single ad you make, or even B-roll clips of whatever you need. So definitely different ball game with ecom this year than last year. Things are changing and you got to adapt. If not, then you're just going to get left behind. Pretty simple. But step 5, identify the winning mechanism. Ask yourself, what makes this product work differently than others like it? Is it stronger, gentler, faster, simpler, or safer? If it's any of these things, and ask yourself, be honest, if it doesn't do any of these things, then it's just not better. So I wouldn't test that product. But if it is, based off research, data, articles, forums, really do research on it, ask ChatGPT, right? If it's better overall, then yeah, you have a better product, so you can market that, right? We don't want to false market something that isn't true. You're not selling the product, you're selling the mechanism behind it. Example, iPhone versus BlackBerry. what was so unique about the iPhone when it came out is that it had a touchscreen display, and that was Apple's unique mechanism, and everyone was like, "Oh, I've never seen this before." Well, there you go. iPhone took off pretty much immediately, and everyone switched over, right? They wanted the better mechanism, which was Apple. Step 6, we got emotional mapping, deep desire work. Map your product to 3 emotional levels. We have surface desire, what they say they want, right? I want smooth skin. Core emotion, what they feel when they don't have it. I feel insecure. Aspirational identity, who they become after solving it. I feel confident, young, attractive. This dictates your messaging and visuals. Every ad should answer, who do they become after using this, right? So, you really want to, sell the emotion of the product, right? It's not like you're not selling the product, you're selling the mechanism, you're selling the identity, you're selling the emotional aspect to it. It's like, yeah, this product might fix my problem, but like you also have to add more. Like, how does it emotionally help your day-to-day life, your struggles? Are you more confident now after fixing this problem? Do you walk into a room and now you used to have wrinkles and now you look 10 years younger? Do you walk into a room and have everyone staring at you because your skin is so good, right? That's who they want to become, right? There's people that want that. So if you can emotionally market that, I guess, aspect to these people, to your avatars, then you're going to print money. Over here we got step 7, analyze market sophistication. So use Eugene Schwartz 5 stages as you filter. New discovery, sell the new solution. Improvement stage, sell the better version. Crowded stage, sell the mechanism or story. And this is going after pretty much what we said here, but we're saying this in a different way. Like stage 3, stage 4 would be jaded market, sell the emotional identity or belief shift. Then brand dominance, sell community and belonging, right? Example, for like a stage 1, stage 2, the first serum that tightens skin overnight, right? Versus finally, PDRN makes my skin glow instantly, stage 4. So PDRN is like the mechanism behind, a product, and, you're making my skin glow instantly, which is like the emotional side, right? Step 8, we got to evaluate the hook potential. Can this product be shown in 3 seconds visually? Does it have a wow before and after? Can it be positioned with a story, right? A POV, testimonial, problem solution. Is there room for emotional copywriting? Identity, relief, pride. Would someone tag a friend under it? If it can answer, 3 out of 5, then you have a good product to sell. Step 9, market gap and angles. Identify your entry angle, right? You see everyone targeting women. So you do your market research, you see that males are interested in this, solution. Well, if nobody's targeting males, then that's an open market, right? There's a market gap. You can sell to males and you could be the first one to it. And the solution works, right? It fixes a problem. So you already have that proof of concept. If there's good content for males on like TikTok, then you can mash some concepts up, some videos, and you sell to males, right? So keep that in mind. Over here we got new emotional desire, self-confidence, convenience, and health, and then new mechanism, natural formula, unique delivery, advanced tech. Build your why now narrative. Why does this product matter in Q4? Urgency, gifting, self-care season, year-end resolutions, right? So keep that in mind. Step 10. We got the product validation framework. So you got category, question, score. Does it solve a painful problem? Does it fulfill a strong emotional need? Can you show the transformation clearly? Is a market not too saturated yet? Can you sell it for 3x cost or more? Let's change that to 4. Right? So if your score is 20 plus, then you have a S tier winner. 15, 19, you got like an A tier winner. And if it's under 15, then move on and look for a better product. Step 11, always lead with belief. The market doesn't buy products, they buy belief systems. Your ads and pages should reprogram a false belief. Home workouts don't tone you. You just need resistance, not a gym. So you're selling the belief change of resistance, right? So everyone's like, oh, you gotta lose weight because you have to go to the gym. No, it's not the case, right? Like, if your product is some sort of resistance band, then you can change that belief from you have to go somewhere to lose weight or get toned. But you can use this resistance band anywhere from your comfort, and you could get toned just as much without the cost of having to leave your apartment, right? Or your house or whatever it is. So you gotta pretty much either make like an advertorial or, a listicle or a VSL essentially to target this top of funnel of your audience and, change your belief, right? This is where breakthrough advertising meets modern DTC, shifting beliefs, not futures, right? Over here, we got step 12, create your product tracker. Use a simple sheet with columns, so you can use ChatGPT and you can tell it, use a prompt and it can create you a whole spreadsheet of like things you need for a checklist. So, your product name, competitor links, date, ad started, engagement level, supplier price I gave you, the unique mechanism behind the product, the emotional desire, what market sophistication stage you think based off your research that audience is at currently. So if they're at like a stage 2, then I would focus on going up a stage to stage 3 and introducing a mechanism that they have never seen before, right? If everyone's talking about exaggerating a claim, now if you come into the market with a better product, with a better product and a better mechanism, at a higher stage, then you're gonna really separate yourself from your competition and the market overall. And then you got hook ideas. This keeps your research clean and scalable when managing multiple stores or clients. And then over here we got the last one, step 13. Usually every single day, you should be doing 1 hour research at least, and that's just going through your Facebook ad library, right? So you're just hunting for more competition, more other brands that are doing well, and you can see pretty much what brands are doing well, which ones aren't. You can see which ones are scaling, what hooks are working for them, what type of frameworks are they using, are their videos long, are they mainly using advertorials a lot, they're using listicles, are they using VSLs, right? So you can do all this deep research and see what your market is doing and see how you can be different, right? Competitor check plus engagement, which is pretty much what I just covered. Amazon validation, like I said, go to Amazon, look at the reviews. And then over here we got TikTok, go on TikTok, look at the comments on some of these videos on your product, what are people saying? Look at like the I want this, but I want this. That's like them telling you what their desires are. So if you're like noticing something that's getting repeated on, these videos, like, oh, I wanted this to remove fine lines. If you start to notice that people are saying that for fine lines more often than not, then, that's something to really tap into. And, it gives you an idea on what to really start off marketing on, right? And selling to your customers, right? Mass desire is huge. So if you notice that you're missing a mass desire or your competitors are selling to one specific desire, then you have a chance to sell to a whole different mass desire of people that aren't being sold to, and that's just opportunity, right? So over here we got right emotional desires and mechanisms. Just use like a Google Doc or whatever, and just keep writing stuff out. So based off your research, you're scrolling through Amazon reviews, you're seeing all these emotional desires. You just jot them down and save them for the future. We got mechanism. See what mechanisms your market's using, and really see if yours is the best alternative to your prospects. Then over here we got plug into your product tracker. So keep everything up to date. I like to use a spreadsheet that like tracks all my data for everything, right? Because I think the most important part is having a feedback loop. So you keep everything in one place. You see what's not working. You see what is, and you just triple down on what's working. So that's mainly it, honestly. This is the advanced way to do product research. It's super simple. Obviously, it's different if you're used to ripping on kilo data. You have to actually use your brain a little bit more doing this method. It sucks, but if you really want to stop wasting your time and actually build real skills for the future, then this is stuff you have to do. Yeah, I mean, we're in this for the long term. We're not here just to run up a bag and just rely on luck, right? Are going to stay with us forever. So the work we put in now, we're just going to reap the benefits later on, and money is just going to be a byproduct of the work we do now. So obviously it's going to be confusing. You're not going to understand really what you're doing. Yeah, at the beginning, just like anything, right? Like you're new to it. You have to adapt, you have to learn, and you have to execute day in and day out. And once you start to do this more often, it's just going to become easier, right? It's like anything in life. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's the YouTube video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the sauce. It feels nice to be back. I've been super busy with my own brands for Q4 and stuff, but I know this is, super important. I wish I had a video like this when I, was first starting out, and I really wasn't sure what to do. I mean, yeah, so I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, just put it down below. Hope you guys crush it and are crushing right now. I want everyone to eat and to do well. This is where people's lives change, is during Q4. It's one of the easiest times to sell stuff online. So take advantage, and hope you guys crush it. I'll talk to you later. Deuces.